This week's webinar is on mental health. We are going to be talking to Madz Deyzel, who runs a company called Edify. Edify develops counsellors to support people through a myriad of different struggles, including mental health. I became particularly interested in this topic after a conversation with Madz around the impact of a pandemic such as COVID-19 on mental health. Here's what she had to say.
Well, we know from the Spanish flu that the demand for mental health resources increased by over 700%. That was in the 1920s. Because these kind of crises put on pressure that a lot of us don't know how to manage. So in the same way, we all learned in geography at school that when certain pressures get placed on the Earth's surfaces, it triggers fault lines. And I think for us as human beings, we don't realize the types of fault lines we may have beneath the surface in our own lives. How do I deal with financial stress, the potential of retrenchment, the potential of having to be the one that has to do the retrenchment? You know, these are new pressures that for a lot of us, we've never had to face before, which triggers a demand on us to have to be able to have some kind of a resource or ability to respond well to these kind of pressures. If I don't know those tools, if I don't know what to look for, if I don't know even what's being triggered inside of me, then it's going to feel like we're kind of trying to walk this journey in the dark.
This was a real eye-opener for me. We are experiencing new pressures brought on by an exceptionally challenging time that's been catalyzed by COVID-19. And as Madz says, we need to be empowered with the information and the awareness that we need. Otherwise, we're going to find this next period of time exceptionally challenging.
From a physical health perspective, we all know what to look for example, symptom-wise when it comes to certain kind of cancers, because we have information. Information creates awareness, which empowers us. But when it comes to mental health and new pressures and tensions that we're living in, people don't know what to look for symptom-wise. They don't know how to manage those triggers and pressures. And so a lot of people are really struggling emotionally in terms of their response to the world around them right now.
And so in this week's webinar, we're going to be chatting to Madz around what mental health is. We want to remove some stigmas around it. We want to debunk any myths. We want this to be a regular and normal conversation between people and between leaders and their teams. What are some of the symptoms when our mental health is put under strain? How do we support people through a challenging period of time when it comes to their mental health? And how do we just encourage and enable and support each other to remain healthy going forward into the future, given everything that we're experiencing right now? Join us this week for what is the start of an exceptionally meaningful conversation.